Hey guys, and welcome to the FTCsim programming tutorial for Sensors Level 1, Color Sense. Our virtual robots are outfitted with sensors that can detect all kinds of things like colors or the distance of walls. This video is going to show you how to read the data from the color sensors and have your robot do things based on that data. To help us troubleshoot our code, we're also going to use something called telemetry. With telemetry blocks, we can display the color of the panels directly beneath the robot. First, we are going to code our robot to drive over the color panel. In this video, I'm just going to use time-based driving, but this should work with encoder-based driving as well. To shorten this video, I'm just going to pause, build my drive forward code, and then we'll resume at the end of that. Alright, now that I've got the time-based driving down, we're going to make sure that it drives over the color pad. And it looks like it does. So, now that we have our robot over the color panel, we can add telemetry blocks to tell us what the sensors are picking up. We're going to go ahead and click on the Utilities tab, then Telemetry. Then we're going to drag the Telemetry Add Data block and we'll place it inside the loop. We need one more telemetry block called Call Telemetry Update, which will update the telemetry value with every loop. Now we will do a code check. At this point, you should be able to run your code and the robot should drive over the color panel. Now we're going to click on Show Telemetry, and the robot should show you the value of key is 0.000. If it shows that, you're on the right track. In the Call Telemetry Add Data block, let's change the word key to red value. Next, we need to tell the telemetry what data to give us. In this case, we want the color sensor data, specifically the red value. To do this, we're going to go to the Sensors tab, then Color Sensor. We can see the color sensor detects red, green, and blue. We're going to take the red one and drag it into our telemetry block and put it in the number slot. Now, let's hit run and see what telemetry tells us. If the color panel is red, you should see 255. If the panel is blue, it could be as high as 25. Run that a couple times just to show you. There you go. Now we can use these color values in our if-do statements. We will be using our if-do logic to make the robot turn counterclockwise when we detect red. The if-do block is in the Logic tab. We will drag it from under the Logic tab into our loop under our telemetry. This block lets us execute the code inside of it under a specific condition. We want to set the if, in this case, to when the color sensor sees red, or, in coding language, when the red value is 255. So what we'll do is go back to our Logic tab and grab the equals block and attach it to our if. Now we will grab our red value from the color sensor and put it in our equal box in that first location. And now we'll grab our number block from the Math tab and add it to the end of our equal sign block and change it to 255. Now we need the code to turn it counterclockwise to face the goal. Again, use whatever method you're going to use to turn towards the goal. We're going to take our pause now and I'll build that code. Alright, now that I've got that turning code built, next we're going to add another block called a breakout block. This will allow us to stop running the loop here and give it another set of instructions to follow. We'll find this breakout block under the Loops tab, then we will drag it to the bottom of our if-do block. Now we can test the code. We're going to run the sim until the color panel is red and the robot should detect the color and turn left. Perfect. Now, what I'd like you to do is pause the video and try and add another if-do statement and see if you can make the robot turn clockwise when the color panel is blue. Alright, if you're still having some issues, we can go over building the blue if-do statement. If you already got it, please skip ahead to the time on the screen for building of the last drive forward code and testing both side colors. Okay, so what we're going to do is click on our red if-do statement and copy and paste it over to here. Now we're going to change a few things. The color we'll need to change it to blue. The value is still going to stay 255. And we'll need to switch our motor direction to turn the opposite way. So we're going to switch these guys. And now we can insert it just below our first if-do statement. And we can run the sim until we get to the blue color panel and make sure it turns to the right. Perfect. Now we can work on our final drive forward code. So we don't have to write the same code in both if-do statements. We can actually put it outside of the loop and it will run no matter what color we scan since it's the same movement. We're just going to go ahead and put a sleep here just for a nice clean changeover. Going to change that to 750 so we don't have to wait that super long 1 second. Go ahead and add our motor set power. And because we are good robotics programmers, we are going to make it stop as well. So we're not just driving all the way into the back wall for the rest of the eternity. Now we can go ahead and hit our reset and run. Perfect. Make sure our red side works as well. Awesome. Great job, everyone. I'll see you in the next tutorial video on Sensors 2 Multicolor.